Hello children, welcome back to the chemistry class. This is Shiv Ganesh, Faculty of Chemical Sciences, Samskar Gurukul. In last session, we discussed about effect of change of temperature and effect of change of pressure on interconversion of matter. In today's class, we are going to discuss about evaporation and factors affecting evaporation. Let us start today's section, children. Evaporation. What is meant by evaporation? You must have observed that evaporation of water takes place from the water bodies like river, water, seas, ponds, lakes, etc. This is a surface phenomenon, the phenomenon in which conversion of matter from liquid state to gaseous state on heating at any temperature but below its boiling point temperature. I am repeating, children. Evaporation is a surface phenomenon, the phenomena in which the conversion of matter from liquid state to gaseous state at any temperature but below its boiling point temperature is called evaporation. There are some factors affects evaporation. Let us talk about factors affecting evaporation. Factors affecting evaporation, children. Let us see small activity. Pour some amount of water in a test tube and china dish. Place this test tube and china dish in the shelf and under the sunlight. After some time, what we notice? We notice that the china dish and the test tube which we place under the sunlight, there is decrease in the water level compared to that of where we place under the shelf. This is because evaporation takes place in the test tube and china dish where we place it under the sunlight than that of where we place in the shelf. And record the temperature, because this activity proves surface area, temperature and wind speed, because the test tube and china dish where we place under the sunlight which gives out some energy. That's why this activity provides temperature, surface area and wind speed. So these are the factors affecting rate of evaporation. These are surface area, the second one wind speed, and third factor temperature. Let us talk about them. How do the factors affect rate of evaporation? First, surface area. Take hot tea in a cup and saucer. In which case, which is easy to drink, either a cup or saucer? It is easy to sip hot tea in a saucer rather than that of a cup, because saucer has more surface area than that of cup. That's why the hot tea which we kept in the saucer, which easily evaporate than that of cup. That's why surface area is directly proportional to the rate of evaporation. Surface area is directly proportional to the rate of evaporation. As surface area increases, rate of evaporation increases. And second factor, wind speed. We noticed that on windy day, wet clothes dries up quickly than that of normal days. This is because the water molecules which is present in the wet clothes, they move along with they travel along with the direction of the wind. That's why wind speed is directly proportional to the rate of evaporation. Because on windy day, wet clothes dry up faster than that of normal days. Next, third factor, temperature. How does temperature affect rate of evaporation? On sunny day, we observe that the water quickly evaporates from the water bodies like oceans, seas, rivers, lake, etc. This is because on sunny day, the water molecules get sufficient amount of kinetic energy. Then they changes to the gaseous state because they absorb energy from the surroundings in the form of heat. When they acquire required amount of energy, then they change from liquid state to gaseous state. That's why temperature is also directly proportional to the rate of evaporation. Next, fourth character, humidity. Let us see what is meant by humidity. Humidity means the amount of water vapor present in the atmosphere. I am repeating, children. The amount of water vapor present in the atmosphere is called humidity. The air which is present in the atmosphere can hold required amount of water, which cannot hold more than its requirement. That's why as humidity increases, rate of evaporation decreases. So humidity is indirectly proportional to the rate of evaporation. Because atmosphere cannot hold more water vapor than that of its requirement. So that humidity is indirectly proportional to the evaporation. These are the factors affecting evaporation: surface area, wind speed, and temperature. These are directly proportional to the evaporation, and humidity is indirectly proportional to the evaporation. And how does this evaporation causes cooling effect? As we discussed earlier that evaporation is a surface phenomenon. This absorb energy from the surroundings. That means the water molecules which is present on the surface, they absorb energy from the surroundings and they leave surroundings cool. So that when we place few drops of acetone on our palm, we feel cool because the acetone particles which is present in the palm, they absorb energy from the surroundings or from the body. Then they change its state. Or if we place petrol on our palm, we feel cool because the petrol has low boiling point temperature. Then this absorb energy from the surroundings or from the body and change its physical state from liquid state to gaseous state. Because when they get energy, when they absorb energy from the surroundings, the kinetic energy increases. This kinetic energy is used to conversion of matter from one state to another state. And in summer season, after sweating, we feel cool. Why do we feel cool after sweating during summer season? During summer season, we perspire more due to some metabolic reactions takes place in the body to feel us cool. During evaporation, they absorb energy from the surroundings or from the body, and the energy which is absorbed from the body is nothing but latent heat of vaporization of water. This energy is used to convert liquid state to gaseous state. So they leave us feel cool. This is the way we feel cool after sweating during summer season, because after sweating we lose energy in the form of latent heat of vaporization. That's why we get more sweat during summer season. And we prefer cotton fabrics during summer because cotton is a kind of fabric which is made up of tiny holes, and this fabric continuously allow air to us, and this fabric easily absorb sweat from our body. So we prefer cotton fabrics during summer season. And we prefer the water which we kept in the earthen pots. Why we choose or why we pour water in mudkas or earthen pots during hot summer? This is because the water which we pour in the mudcars or earthen pots, they absorb energy from the surroundings, means evaporation takes place. When evaporation takes place, they absorb energy from the surroundings, and the water present in the earthen pots or mudcars, they remains cool because they lose energy and it will be cool. And one more point, during summer season, pigs toil in the mud. What is the reason behind it? This is because when they toil in the mud, then they decrease their body temperature because pigs do not have sweat glands. This is the one way to decrease their body temperature, and they can reduce their body temperature when they toil in the mud because the water which is present in that, the water can absorb heat content from the pig. That energy is used to convert liquid state of water to gaseous state, that is called as latent heat of vaporization of water. So they become cool when they toil in the mud. So these are the instances, these are the experiences of evaporation. I hope you understand today's session, children. In today's session, we discussed about evaporation and factors affecting evaporation. This is today's session. We will meet in next session. Thank you.